I understand you perfectly, but TV, movies, music, that can be very difficult to understand. So this is a comment that I get quite often. And right now, I want to talk to you about why this happens. So this is helpful if you would like to speak faster. But more importantly, it's going to help you comprehend fast speech. And really, what it all comes down to is connected speech. So I'm going to give you some sentences, and I'm really going to break it down and talk about, well, what's happening. So let's begin with our first sentence. It is a very common question, and that is, how is it going? You're not often going to hear many people say it like that and pronounce each individual word. Instead, people are more likely going to say, how's it going? So let's look at what's going on. The first thing, you're going to contract how is and just say how's. All right. Now it ends with that final Z sound, and we're going to link that with the vowel sound in it. And this is when linking often occurs, when the final sound of one word is a consonant sound, and then the beginning sound of the next word is a vowel sound. So it's going to sound like how's it. Think of it like two syllables. How's it? How's it going? All right, and in going, I'm really going to drop the G. I'm not going to pronounce that ing and say ing. I'm just going to say going. How's it going? All right, so let's practice. I'll say it a couple of times. I'll say it slowly. You can shadow and repeat after me and try and say it in the exact same way. How's it going? How's it going? How's it going? Then I have another question for you, which is, where did you get that? And once again, people are not going to say it pronouncing each individual word. Instead, they say, where did you get that? And this is a great example of assimilation. And what that means is when you have two sounds that blend together to create a new sound. And this occurs with the final D in did and the Y in you. They're going to blend together, and you're going to get a J sound. It is a voice sound, J. And it's going to sound like, where did ya? And notice that instead of saying you, I'm going to pronounce it with the schwa and say ya. This is something that I do, and I think it's pretty common in places like the United States. Where did ya? Where did you get that? And I also want to talk about that because I think if you're listening to somebody speaking very fast, they may drop that T, and it's just going to sound like that. And your tongue is going to be at the bottom of your mouth. People may say it with a stop T, that, in which case the tongue is going to then be touching the top part of your mouth. So it's a very slight difference. You can listen for it. If I say it without the T, that, and with the stop T, that. When I say it now, I'm going to say it without the T. So let's practice again. I'll say it slowly, and then we'll get a little faster. Where did you get that? Where did you get that? Where did you get that? Then we have, we are going to have to postpone the meeting. Okay, so it's a simple sentence, easy to understand, but if somebody were to say this quickly, we're going to have to postpone the meeting. So let's look at what's going on. The first thing that people are going to do overwhelmingly, they're going to contract we and are. Instead of saying we are, we're going to say were. And then next, we're going to use some reductions. Going to is going to get reduced to gonna. Have to is going to get reduced to have to. We're going to have to. And postpone, I think often people are not going to pronounce that T. It's going to be a silent T. Postpone. Postpone the meeting. And then I want to talk to you about meeting because the T in meeting, I am going to pronounce it with a flap T, which is more of like a soft D sound. This is very common in places like the United States. Because that T, it comes between two vowel sounds, I'm going to say it with a flap T, meeting. So let's say it slowly and then get faster. We're going to have to postpone the meeting. We're going to have to postpone the meeting. We're going to have to postpone the meeting. All right, it's just something we have to do. Here is another simple sentence. We live in an apartment. We live in an apartment. Okay, so this is a great example of linking. So I've already mentioned that linking often occurs when the final sound of one word is a consonant sound, and then the beginning sound of the next word is a vowel sound. So let's start linking some of these words, and we're going to start with the sound in live. We're going to link that with the vowel sound in, live in. Then the N, we're going to link with that vowel sound in N, livenen. And then that other N, we're going to link with that schwa sound in apartment. So if we're just focusing on those parts that we're linking together, it's going to sound like venena, venen apartment. We live in an apartment. And the other thing I would say is when we're talking about linking these words together, it's not a very strong sound, all right? This is a very weak sound, and that is part of the reason why it's getting connected. So you can kind of just run right through this part of the sentence. So let's practice. Say it slowly, and then we'll get faster. We live in an apartment. We live in an apartment. We live in an apartment. Okay, and it's true. Yes, right now, my family and I, we live in an apartment. And then I have these two sentences for you. It is time to face your fears. Just do it. It's time to face your fears. Just do it. So the first thing that we're going to do, instead of saying it is, we're going to contract that, and we're just going to say it's. It's time to. Often when I say the preposition to, I'm going to use the schwa and just say to. It's a very weak sound. Once again, it helps me kind of just run right through the sentence. It's time to face your. So face your, this is another example of assimilation. You have that S sound in face. We're going to blend it together with the Y in your, and you're going to end up with a sh sound. Face your, face your. It's time to face your fears. Just do it. Okay, so that second sentence, just do it. This is a good example of intrusion. Now, intrusion is when you add a sound, and the sound that we're going to add is a slight W to the end of do. And when we add that slight W, well, then we can link it with the vowel sound in it. And we can say it quickly, just do it. Just do it. So let's say it together. It's time to face your fears. Just do it. It's time to face your fears. Just do it. It's time to face your fears. Just do it. And maybe I could say this to you if you would like to build your confidence when it comes to speaking or improve your overall speaking fluency. I could say, look, it's time to face your fears and just enroll in my speaking course. Just click on that link down below in the description. Just do it. Okay, so yes, I am getting ready to start a 6-week mini course that's going to wrap up before the holidays at the end of the year. And I also have a special end of year discount just for you, because when you enroll, you can use the voucher code SPEAK30 to get a 30% discount off the course. And the course includes a weekly 1-hour small group lesson with me, because I will be your teacher. You get to speak directly with me. There are weekly lesson PDFs covering various topics. We do different speaking activities. There are also lesson preview videos to help you better prepare for class. There are pronunciation video lessons, a couple of resource guides, a couple of audio lessons. There is a lot. Just click on that link down in the description. If you'd like to sign up, learn about class times, availability, check that out. And if you have any questions, feel free, send me an email at info@interactiveenglishvideos.com. If you enjoyed this lesson and learned something new, please hit that like button. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. And I hope to speak to you soon. So long.